We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns.
Number 19, back to return.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit! Detroit!
Three down.
Leopard! Leopard!
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
Detroit!
Hey.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Gun!
And now it's Rosen looking. And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive.
Detroit!
This is third
Detroit!
and long.
Hey, boys, we got four.
Gun! Detroit!
Now Rosen looking to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Three down. Motion.
Now Jackson on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Gun!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. 34 yards there and a first down.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Barney!
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that one.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows? Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Jackson, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The first carry now to Johnson, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 2nd down, Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, excellent hands.
Versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what you just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
53, check 53. And let's pin them in.
Watch it now, Barney!
Whip. Watch the whip. He goes.
Gun!
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3-yard gain on the play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Tight end right.
Hot!
Hey, we got 3 down.
Here's Chubb. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Mike, check 33. 33. I'm on.
Look at this. It's a carry. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but it's still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team maybe they're flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Nixon with a first down carry. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Leopard!
49, check.
Gun!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And the Ravens have got it. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got it 1st and 10 following the fumble recovery. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Gun!
Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. Now he'll escape to his right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right,
now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Here's Rosen.
Let's go, D.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On third down, Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
4 down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
33.
And they'll indeed go for it with Rosen. Looking for Pyramid, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well, swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
One set. Eyes up. One set.
Jackson from the shotgun. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Tight on the right.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're going to interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up
Detroit!
on 2nd and 12.
Set! Blue 90!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Throwing middle, but it's It's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Rosen will throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Detroit!
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Kill.
A handoff to Wilson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tailback, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
4 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver?
No.
So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Pass incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
4 down. Check.
Detroit! Gun!
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
SOS, SOS, SOS. Watch the motion, watch the motion.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check 33, 33.
Detroit! Detroit!
I know he ain't got it. Hey, check Mike 33, check Mike.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 1st down, it's Rosen. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Detroit!
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here we go.
Out.
They come out here in the eye. Get it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns get a score closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the 1st half. You do have the entire 2nd half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out of the half.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know, is a blind score finding a nut, or is it something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They had a big 1st half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of their key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the 1st half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Steps steps away to his left.
Hey, here I come.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Ravens on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is third and 8.
Gone!
From the gun, it's Jackson.
Check.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds and being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Tight end's right.
And they'll turn the ground game here with the running back and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Jackson looking to throw on third.
Switch.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
When I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll, and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Lucky 56.
Play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be.
All right, now,
and this play was flushed to his left,
56.
still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Rosen to throw. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They go play action here on first down. That is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was instructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth.
Gun!
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tight end right. Alert. 3 down.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
Gun!
They go play action now. Jackson. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
That was well coached and even better executed, because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Even. 4 down.
They run for it with Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Tight right.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check three.
Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. But on the ground they go with the run. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Detroit! Detroit! 4 down, 4 down. Check 99, check 99.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Throw left side is complete to Reed. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got your big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Gun!
On third down, Rosen.
Here they come!
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. But at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. That's exactly what they did there.
Here's Rosen. And he fends him off. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Detroit! Hey, check. Gun!
Rosen off the play action. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing
Detroit!
self-scout.
Detroit!
Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough on about the length of the football for a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. He lets it fly for Lockett. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
4 down, 4 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
All right, now, lucky
The
56.
Raven passing
Lucky
game
56.
getting in sync. Another 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure and that man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took
All right,
the
now,
hit,
lucky
and
56.
that's what you
Lucky
have to do,
56.
because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up and make those throws, and he did that.
Now it's Jackson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well.
Let's get it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much rolled this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Number 19, back to return.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Not today.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we've got a timeout.
What I'm talking about.
9 seconds remaining. Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 43. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.